What if the thing your cat needs most from you has nothing to do with food, toys, or an expensive bed? What if it is something so simple that when you hear it, your first instinct is going to be, that cannot be it? And what if you have been missing it every single day? Not because you are a bad owner, but because nobody ever told you it was happening. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Most cats live their entire lives trying to communicate something specific to the person they love most. And most owners go their entire lives never fully receiving the message. Not because they do not care, because nobody ever explained what the message actually looks like. By the end of this, that changes. Stay with me, because what is coming at number 4 is the one that hits hardest. 1. Stop staring your cat down when something goes wrong. You know this moment. Your cat has knocked something over, scratched something they should not have. You turn around and fix them with a long, firm, unblinking stare. You think you are communicating disappointment. Your cat is having a completely different experience. In feline social language, a sustained direct stare is not correction. It is a threat display. The same signal one cat uses to initiate a confrontation with another. Your cat's nervous system does not process it as, my owner is disappointed. It processes it as something dangerous is about to happen. The freeze you sometimes see, body low, eyes wide, completely still, that is not guilt. That is appeasement. That is your cat doing everything in their body language vocabulary to say, please do not escalate this. Over time, a cat subjected to frequent confrontational interactions never fully relaxes around you. Not because they are scared of you exactly, because they are never fully sure what version of you they are getting. 2. When they come to check on you, let them finish. Your cat walks over while you are sitting quietly. They approach slowly, sniff your hand, press their nose briefly against your arm. They are running a quiet assessment, reading your body chemistry, checking your emotional state, gathering information your face never could provide. And most owners in that moment immediately start petting them. It feels like connection. From your cat's perspective, you just interrupted a sentence they were in the middle of saying. Try something different. Next time your cat initiates a quiet check-in, keep your hands still. Let them finish. Let them take whatever time they need. Only after they have completed what they came to do, then respond. A cat who is allowed to finish their sentences eventually starts saying more of them. 3. Let them know something difficult is coming. Here's something we do to cats every single day that we would never do to another person we cared about. We change their world without warning. A new pet arriving, a house move, a change in your schedule, a period where someone else is caring for them. To you, these things come with context and preparation. To your cat, they simply happen. Research has found that cats experience significantly higher cortisol levels during periods of household disruption, and that the stress response is measurably more severe when the disruption is sudden rather than gradual. You cannot explain a house move to your cat in words, but you can introduce new scents before the change. You can maintain the routines most anchored to their sense of safety while everything else shifts. What you should not do is what most owners do, nothing, because they assume their cat will just adjust. Sometimes they do, but the cost of that adjustment is real, and it is invisible to the people who caused it. 4. Let them say no. This is the one. Your cat has a vocabulary, a real one, not words, body language, posture, microsignals that are documented and consistent and meaningful. And within that vocabulary, they have a very clear way of saying, not right now. I do not want this. Please stop. The tail flick, the skin ripple, the ear rotating back, the head turning away, the body that goes stiff instead of soft. These are not random. These are sentences. And most owners do not just miss them. They actively override them. The lap session where every signal says, I am done, and the owner who keeps stroking because the cat was purring 30 seconds ago. The visitor who reaches for the cat, and the owner who says she is just shy but does not step in. Every time this happens, Your cat learns something. Their communication does not work. The signals they send do not produce results. And over time, a cat who has learned their signals do not work stops sending them clearly. Research from Bristol's School of Veterinary Sciences found that cats with more autonomy over physical interactions showed fewer anxiety behaviors and formed stronger voluntary bonds with their owners. Less control from you, more trust from them. This is the thing your cat has been waiting for their entire life. Not for you to be perfect, for you to listen when they speak, for you to hear a no and honor it. A cat who trusts that their no will be respected does not need to escalate, does not need to scratch or bite or disappear entirely. They can communicate in the earliest, softest signal and know it will land. That is not a cat being managed. That is a cat who feels safe enough to tell you the truth. 5. Be the same person every day. Not perfect, the same. Your cat does not need you to be endlessly patient or always available or constantly engaging. What they need is to be able to predict you. Research into feline stress and owner behavior has consistently found that unpredictability in the primary owner, not harshness, not neglect, but simple inconsistency, is among the strongest predictors of chronic anxiety in domestic cats. An owner who is warm one day and distracted the next, who plays enthusiastically on weekends and ignores them during the week, who enforces boundaries that shift depending on mood. To a cat, that unpredictability is exhausting because they cannot map you. And if they cannot map you, they cannot fully relax around you. The version of your cat you most want to see, loose, present, affectionate, trusting, can only exist when their nervous system has decided it is safe to stop monitoring. And monitoring only stops when the person being monitored has become predictable enough to trust. Feed them around the same time. Respond to their signals with the same attention regardless of how your day went. Your cat has been waiting their whole life for the version of you that is always the version you are. Not the best version, just the reliable one. 5 things. Stop the threatening stare. Let them finish the check-in. Prepare them for change. Honor their no. And show up the same way every day. None of them require training. None of them cost anything. All of them require only one thing: the decision to finally pay attention to what your cat has been saying all along. Because here is the truth that sits underneath all 5 of these. Your cat is not difficult. Your cat is not cold. Your cat is not indifferent. Your cat is an apex predator with a 40-million-year-old nervous system that has been doing everything it knows how to do to communicate with you, in a language you were never taught to speak. The moment you start speaking back, honoring the no, letting the check-in finish, being the consistent presence their nervous system can finally stop monitoring, everything shifts. Not dramatically, quietly. The way trust always builds. Slowly, then all at once. At Pausany, this is what we are here for. Not the surface of what your cat does. The actual biology of why. Because the more you understand your cat, the better life gets for both of you. And that is always worth showing up for. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 things are you going to change first? Drop it in the comments below. And if something in this video made you stop and think, tell me that too. Because at Pausany, that is exactly the conversation we are here to have.